What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Thank you for joining me on another NFA video. Now, I wanted to talk about inflation because inflation is a big part of, what happens to the market, what happens to businesses, whether businesses have money to invest into certain places, and also whether you're spending more money for everything that you normally spend money on the month before. So, and how that's increasing. So, anyways, guys, let's talk about inflation. Let's talk about CPI data, give you the numbers, and then give you what the market has done. And then also give you maybe some little bit of a couple of comments at the end. So, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. If you guys want to catch me live, I will put my Kick link down below. I'm usually live every morning. If you guys want notifications and just conversations or something to listen to while you're doing something, you'll have that live stream that I do pretty much every morning. So make sure you guys check that out. Again, that link should be down below. Hopefully I remember, but it should be. If it's not, look up Matthew_Perry on Kick and you'll find it. But anyways, inflation is a big part of life, right? Seeing the prices increase for everything, whether it's gas, whether it's water, milk, eggs, just anything is, a part of life. We need to see things that increase. That's just how things roll, how things work. Just like how your salary should increase, even though it doesn't really increase as much as inflation. You'll see a 9% increase in inflation, and your salary will increase probably about 0.5% or 1%, or you might get 2%, which would be amazing, right? A lot of people are like, hey, I'm gaining 10 extra dollars, 20 extra dollars. It's amazing, right? 20 extra dollars per year. Okay. Per month, it's still not good. 20 extra dollars per hour, that would be great, but that's not the case, right? So, anyways, inflation is a big part of life, right? So, when we saw that inflation was at a crazy level of like 9%, we wanted to see how long that was going to take to decrease, right? Because every month we're going to have to do something drastic, whether it's raise, interest rates, or we will see some record profits, and we'll just see all different types of things that we can do, which mainly would be just to raise interest rates in order to kind of fight inflation. Um, but if we look at this chart, which is trading economics, and I can definitely give you guys the what is it called? URL, the link, tradingeconomics.com, and you can get United States inflation from here. You scroll down here, you're going to see that for basically 12 straight months, the month prior, 12 straight months, we saw decreased inflation from a level of 9% to 8.3 to 8.2 to 8 to 7.7, 7.1, 6.5, 6.4, 6.5, 4.9, 4.1, and then 3%. Thinking that we're going to see this continue, and obviously getting that little bit of news that we may not see us hit our target goal of 2% until 2025 is what they said. And that just didn't line up with me. I was like, all right, well, inflation is decreasing. Are we going to see a sudden spike in inflation? Are we going to see a sudden increase in inflation? And apparently, this was the month where we are going to see that increase in inflation because it went from 3% to 3.2%. Now, this wasn't all bad to see it go from 3% to 3.2% because expected forecast was about 3.3. So seeing that forecasted at 3.3, seeing the expected at 3.3, and seeing the actual at 3.2 means that we came back lower than expected, which is still slightly good. I always value being lower than previous over being lower than expected. But it still is something that's very important to see it lower than expected. So it's slightly good news to see all of this happen. Now, with that being said, how did the markets react? Well, if we're talking about the markets, let's start, I guess, with the crypto market really quick. We start with the crypto market to see how that market has reacted. Well, overall market wasn't really the most positive. It was down by 0.4% or 0.5%. And we're seeing things that are increasing, a couple of things like Shiba Inu and things that have some news. But the basics, right? You see the basic thing, or Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of the the I guess normal positions that people would invest into, and Shiba Inu would be on there. I mean, you're looking at a top 15 coin, right, or top 15 token. But either way, you're seeing the market that is overall just decreasing, and also Bitcoin's dominance at that moment is increasing, which means that altcoins are decreasing quite a bit more. But in other news, seeing the market, seeing the stock market, we're seeing kind of things that are flat in the stock market. Yes, it's plus or minus 0.01% or 0.1% for the S&P 500. You can see 0.01% for the Dow, and 0.01% for NASDAQ. So things are kind of slow, really. But I do want to check out some of the actual markets and see how things have functioned today. And just looking at the S&P 500 and how that has functioned over, let's say, the 5-minute chart, or sorry, yeah, 5-minute chart, and how things were moving. We saw this increase to a level of 4,527 before decreasing down, and we saw this kind of hit a wall, at like 10:05 and started to really fall down with the, I guess, spike up before the inflation numbers, which was around 8 o'clock or so, 8:30, and we saw that kind of spike up, and then we saw it really drop down and resist hard. And we can see that if we go into different stocks, let's say some of my recently viewed stocks, whether we're looking at AMC or looking at whatever, you can see that certain things are down, some more than others, right? Tilray being down by 8%, seeing Meta that's down by 0.03%, so really around that flat range as well. Seeing that, looking for Tesla, I don't know where Tesla is on my list, but let's see what Tesla has done. Tesla. There it is. And we could see that Tesla is actually up by about 1%, but still around that flat range. We saw it increase again, things increased, and then they fell below the 200 EMA, using the 200 EMA as a form of resistance rather than a form of support. So the markets didn't really look that great. They didn't really react as if it was the worst news ever. They didn't react as if it was the best news ever. We did see a spike right in the beginning for a lot of things. But we saw that spike, create maybe either a double top or just a peak point before decreasing pretty heavily. So ultimately, just like you see in the data for inflation, you see that it's slightly positive, slightly negative. That's the same thing we're seeing with the stock market, right? Some things are up 0.1%, some things are up, 1%, some things are down 1%. It's just, kind of flat for a lot of things. So either way, I would like to see inflation obviously decrease a hell of a lot. But from what I understand, they're not increasing interest rates anymore. They're keeping them flat the way that they are until things start to really level out there. And especially getting to these lower numbers, this is where you really struggle to create an impact and get to a form of normalcy, because even though the range is smaller than what you see from 9 to 3, even though the range is smaller, it's the most difficult range to fight, if that makes sense. So anyways, guys, let me know what you're thinking about inflation, about the markets, about all of that stuff in the comment section below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.